Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Sean bienvenidos a un nuevo capítulo de Leones en Red. El día de ayer, nuestra mascota Leónida fue a compartir con los más chicos de nuestro colegio, con los leoncitos, y estuvo ahí, bueno, compartiendo con ellos, jugando, bailando y también haciéndoles preguntas donde ellos se pudieron explayar sobre diversas cosas que tienen que ver con el básquet, ¿no? Así que bueno, quién sabe, quizá aquí a 10, 15 años más sean ellos los que estén representándonos en la Liga Nacional y van a tener la oportunidad de verlos hoy día.
Es que nos dio una pelota y después la ocupamos nosotros. Hoy me gustó las pelotas y achuntarlas. Ahora me llamo Tina y lo que más me gustó es el león.
Cuéntanos, ¿qué es lo que más te gustó de hoy día?
El león.
¿Te gusta jugar básquetbol?
Sí.
Cuéntanos, ¿qué es lo que más te gusta del básquetbol?
Achuntar pelotas.
Y cuéntanos, ¿cómo se botea la pelota?
Así.
Excelente.
Con la mano.
¿Qué más te gustó de hoy día que dice el león?
Compartir.
¿El león?
Y con todos los amigos.
Eso, muchas gracias.
Me llamo Emilia y me gusta mucho jugar.
¿Qué es lo que te gustó de hoy día?
La cola del león. Hola, soy Emilia. Lo que más me gusta es jugar con la cola del león.
Eso. ¿Qué es lo que más te gusta del básquet?
Achuntar canastas.
¿Y qué es lo que más te gustó de hoy día?
Que me den pases. sé si el león va a venir otro día. Chao. Chao, nos vemos después.
Hay nuevo entrenador dentro de las series menores de nuestro club. Llegó Ignacio Lavín, entrenador que fue jugador de básquet, que estuvo con nosotros en varias ocasiones. Le tocó jugar con nosotros Lip Centro, Copa Chile, ligas nacionales. Y estuvo hoy día con nosotros conversando. Le toca tomar a la U9, la U11 y la U13, así que los más chicos de nuestras categorías inferiores, y estuvo conversando hoy día con nosotros respecto a su vida, respecto a su pasado como jugador, a su presente como entrenador y a cuáles son sus expectativas con nuestra camiseta. Hola Ignacio, ¿cómo estás? Gracias por acompañarnos hoy día en el programa.
Hola Juanjo, ¿cómo estás? Bueno, primero que todo, darle las gracias por esta entrevista y nada, aportar.
Bueno, ya eres un viejo conocido del club, te ha tocado estar en varias ocasiones, desde otras facetas, eso sí, desde la faceta de jugador. Si nos pudieras contar cómo fue esa experiencia, en qué año estuviste y todo lo referente a esas temporadas.
Mira, estuve en 2 etapas acá, que primero que todo fueron muy provechosas en conocimiento, aprendizaje y todo lo que se puede vivir en un club profesional. La primera etapa fue en el 2014, donde tuvimos, bueno, como coach al profe Claudio, a jugadores interesantes en ese tiempo, importantes también, como Nacho, Darrol, Franco Garrido, Claudio Naranjo, Infante en primera etapa. En esa etapa estuvimos en Lip Centro, pero más allá de eso fue la colaboración siempre con las series menores. Bueno, yo estudié técnico en actividad física y en ese momento también me desarrollé en mis primeras prácticas del desarrollo físico con las series menores. Luego de eso decidí dar un paso al costado y fui a otro club, pero nada, eso fue como en mi primera parte, porque tengo otra parte también. Ese fue como uno de las grandes cosas que saqué de aquí, que me dieron la oportunidad de desarrollarme, sobre todo en lo que yo estaba estudiando.
Cuéntanos un poco de tu trayectoria profesional, cómo partes, por qué partes, hablando obviamente de tu faceta como entrenador.
Mira, yo cuando era más chico, yo tuve un entrenador que era argentino, que siempre lo recuerdo, Marcelo. Él me enseñó a ver el básquet de otra forma. También uno tiene que ser aterrizado en lo que uno como jugador puede dar. O sea, nunca tuve expectativas de ser un jugador o un gran jugador profesional. Siempre era de los chicos que les preguntaba mucho al profe, resolver cosas, y eso me empezó a mí a gustar mucho, analizar cosas y todo el tema. Pero la transición se da cuando paso a ser jugador adulto, cuando termino mi etapa formativa sub-23, que terminé acá, mi último año, y bueno, dije quiero dar un paso al costado, por mis condiciones como jugador. Yo sabía que no iba a volver a estar en un club grande, importante como Leones, y bajar de nivel a lo que es el amateurismo no me llamaba mucho la atención, así que decidí dar un paso al costado y dedicarme 100% a lo que es formación de niños, más allá de lo que es preparación física, que yo partí como preparador físico.
¿Cómo surge tu nueva llegada a nuestro club?
Bueno, yo primero estaba en otro club, muy tranquilo, muy bien. A principios de año tuve una conversación con el coach que se da por un intermediario, pero no a grandes cosas, sino que una conversación de básquet, de lo que ellos querían, pero quedó todo ahí. Ahora se da la situación, hace poco tiempo, hace 3 semanas, yo estaba en San Felipe. Aparte de eso soy entrenador de las selecciones de Viña. Estábamos compitiendo en una eliminatoria y me llega un mensaje del coach. Me pregunta en qué estoy, trabajando bien. Nada, me cita a una reunión, que quiere conversar conmigo, que tiene algo que contarme, algo que decirme y ojalá lo pueda colaborar. Nos juntamos, conversamos, o sea, fuimos directo al grano, conversamos las cosas importantes y nada, se dio de llegar acá. fueron hartos factores también, pues, o sea, no solamente por el básquet. Hay muchas cosas que uno llega acá al club, uno por el amor. O sea, yo más allá de ser el entrenador o exjugador, yo me convertí en hincha del club. En cualquier momento, en la buena, en la mala, en las peores, me convertí hincha. Entonces eso lo hace ser más bonito. Entonces, y por otro lado, que te llame un entrenador, que en este país es importante, por lo menos para mí, que te llamen o que te busquen, nada, pues, o sea, te deja sin respuesta en ese momento. No pensarlo mucho. Y bueno, más allá también la relación que está con Carlos, que también me conoce, y bueno, profe Claudio, pero la decisión no fue tan fácil. Habían hartas cosas, pero una de las cosas que pesó fue mi hijo. O sea, estar cerca de mi hijo, disfrutarlo y nada, pues volver al club donde estuve y poder hacerlo lo mejor posible. O sea, a eso vengo, a eso llegué. Ese es el tema que planteamos. Y nada, súper contento de estar aquí porque estoy cumpliendo uno de mis objetivos.
Hoy en día existe una baja tolerancia a la frustración o poca tolerancia a la frustración por parte de los más chicos. Tú que trabajas con niños y con los más chicos, me imagino que estás siempre en contacto con eso. ¿Cómo lo gestionas tú eso en tu día a día?
Sí, mira, la verdad es que, yo vengo a estar con la categoría 9, 11 y 13. 9 y 13, o sea, 9 y 11, perdón, son lúdicos. O sea, la palabra lo dice, encantar a los niños. Muchas veces hay niños que no les gusta porque obviamente el fútbol es una de las cosas que más predomina en nuestro país, pero a la hora de intervenir, yo también me coloco como jugador. O sea, lo hago que me imiten, hacer bandejas, lanzar y disfrutar. Hoy por hoy los chicos 9-11 quieren puro jugar. Entonces, al jugar también enseñamos cosas. Enseñamos conocimientos, fundamentos, te lo digo por experiencia propia. También fui jugador, también tuve entrenadores que me enseñan mucho el juego en base a habilidades. Y ahí empieza el tema de cómo es un club profesional, decirle a los niños chicos, que si algún día quieren estar jugando o que le saquen fotos, entonces ahí uno se empieza a encantar, profe, yo quiero estar ahí colgado y en el pendón y todo eso. Bueno, este es el momento, aquí parte todo. Aquí parte a dónde vas a llegar, que te gusta, y lo bueno que también colabora mucho el tema del colegio. O sea, la mayoría de los que tengo ahora, esta es mi segunda semana, U11 y U13, los niños están contentos. O sea, te ven a uno, también influye mucho que haya sido jugador del club, porque a ellos eso les encantó, que cuando yo me presenté y todo el tema, dijo, profe, ¿en serio? Entonces, el que si yo sí pude, ustedes también pueden, ustedes están partiendo acá, el club es suyo, entonces disfruten, pero la llegada es esa, encantarlo en base a juegos, pero obviamente no dejando de lado lo que es el básquet, o sea, todos los juegos orientados al deporte, en este caso el básquet. Pero esa es la forma de llegar y obviamente tener una empatía distinta a lo que es con, no sé, por ejemplo, U15, U17, donde hay jugadores técnicamente un poquito más maduros, en donde quizás tú intervienes de otra cosa. Pero sí, en 9-11 es eso, encantar a los niños con el balón, que duerma, que camine, que sueñe, que se levante y todo lo que tú puedas imaginar con la pelota. La pelota es la pelota y así se encanta. Y obviamente también importa mucho el que el primer equipo comparta con ellos. Eso es un plus, a los niños les encanta, les gusta, porque ellos no saben lo que es ser profesional, pero el club aporta mucho en eso. Pero yo creo que esa es la intervención que te puedo dar, sobre todo, por lo menos yo, lo que vengo a hacer acá, a encantar a los niños, y que si somos 20, ojalá ser 50. Eso.
Bueno, para terminar me gustaría preguntarte cuáles son tus objetivos, cuáles son tus objetivos para tus jugadores ahora que llegaste en estos últimos 6 meses del año.
Bueno, yo creo que parte de mi propia historia, o sea, no rendirse nunca, creer en uno. Para esto te tiene que gustar, tienes que tener pasión, o sea, como te dije recién, levantarse con básquet, comer, almorzar básquet, dormir básquet, y una de mis misiones es esa, encantar a los chicos que puedan cumplir sus sueños. O sea, más aún si tienen la posibilidad de estar en un club profesional, aprovechar la oportunidad. Como experiencia propia, yo aproveché mi oportunidad, no te la regala nadie, tienes que estudiar, tienes que leer, tienes que preguntar mucho. Y siempre la disposición de querer aprender. Si tú vas a un lugar a aprender, las cosas siempre salen más fáciles. Entonces ese es el mensaje, no rendirse y siempre ir con la disposición de aprender de cualquiera. Cualquiera te deja, ¿cómo se llama esto? Te deja algo. Como te decía antes, todo profesor te deja algo. Entonces tomarlo siempre. Pero eso, no rendirse y ojalá cumplir los sueños.
Bueno, Ignacio, gracias por acompañarnos hoy día en el programa.
No, gracias a ti, gracias por todo lo que ha pasado en estas 2 semanas. Me he sentido como en casa, volver acá al club, saludar, como lo dije anteriormente, a otros colegas, saludar desde el primer auxiliar, que el portero en la mañana, a saludar a la última tía que se va, o al mismo tío Enrique, o a ustedes mismos, los colaboradores. Así que no, feliz. Eso, gracias.
El pasado 27 de junio, hace ya un mes y medio más o menos, estuvo acá Nicolás Carbacho, destacado jugador nacional, de los mejores jugadores de nuestro país, que está jugando afuera, que ya ha hecho una carrera en Europa. Y estuvo acá precisamente, le tocó venir a Chile a representar a la selección, y le tocó venir a Quilpué precisamente porque sus orígenes familiares están acá, en la quinta región, ¿no? Y ya que estaba acá, estuvo con nuestros niños, jugó con nuestros niños, jugó también y entrenó con parte del plantel adulto en ese momento. Y también contestó preguntas acá mismo en la biblioteca de nuestro colegio. Lo entrevistaron algunos alumnos, un material que no habíamos mostrado hasta ahora. Lo entrevistaron nuestros alumnos sobre su vida personal, sobre su vida deportiva y qué es lo que le depara también más adelante.
Okay, good morning again.
Good morning.
Welcome back. We are today with the basketball player Nicolás, or Nico Carbacho. He's part of the main team, the national team. And how was your visit in Los Leones School so far?
I've had a great time so far. It's cool to see, school in a different country and how it's, all the kids are together. In the United States, they break it up with, pre-K through whatever, and then middle school, high school, so it's cool to see everybody together.
All right, thank you. Today we are with some of the students of Cuarto Medio. They are from high school, the last year of our national program, and they have some questions for you, and not only regarding your personal life, but your professional career.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to start with Martín.
Okay.
Martín.
How much does playing abroad influence your personal life?
Playing abroad in Chile and in Europe, it just definitely, growing up in the United States, it's different than probably most different places. So it's cool to see different cultures and be immersed in different places. To get to see different type of, different views, different, oceans, mountains, just different cultures. It's really, really cool.
A cultural shock?
Sorry?
A cultural shock?
It's a cultural shock.
Yeah, cultural shock. No, because I was able to, as I grew up, I moved a lot when I was younger. I got to see different places, so I was able to kind of just, embrace the being able to be in the culture.
What hobbies or activities do you enjoy besides of basketball?
So basketball takes a lot of, energy and time. So I'm just a big watch movies, play video games, just hang out with friends. I'm more of a chill guy off the court, because you spend so much time and energy on the court that, you need to try to rest the body and mind.
Which video games do you like?
I play FIFA, 2K, Madden, Call of Duty, all those.
They know a lot about that.
Yeah.
Renato, he plays basketball too.
Oh, nice.
He loves basketball
Okay.
and he wants to do something.
Yeah.
How did you realize that you really like basketball? I mean, you used it to play football before?
Yeah, so I grew up, my dad here, he coached and played soccer growing up, and as a kid, I played all the sports growing up: football, basketball, American football, baseball, everything. So football is still one of my favorite sports. I watch it all the time. But I kind of just realized it once I kind of grew too tall for soccer. It's kind of just like I need a different career path. But it turned out to work out in the best interest for me.
Fernanda, your turn.
Why did you decide to quit soccer and play basketball full time?
It was a crazy story. I was actually playing in Católica with the youth system, goalkeeper, went back home, and I went to my high school's basketball game, and I don't know, God told me that I needed to start playing basketball, and never played a game of soccer again, started playing basketball, and it turned out to be the right decision. So
Yes, we're sure of that. Joaquin.
Hi, you just mentioned Universidad Católica.
yeah.
How was your experience at the university?
Yeah, it was a really, really cool experience. I lived on the side of the club too, so I was able to. It was all day. I practiced twice a day. I was able to just meet different guys, just immerse myself within soccer, the culture of football here in Chile, because in the United States it's totally different. Soccer is maybe not the biggest sport like it is in most other countries, so it was really cool to just get the environment that soccer brings here in Chile.
Martín.
How do you balance your personal life with the requirements of being a professional basketball player?
It's a good question. It's just one of those things that you kind of have to learn as you go on. Okay, I can do this. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna be tired of practice, so I can't do that. So you kind of just have to, trial and error. That's what you go through, and that's why I like to just chill and practice, and after practice and go eat with the guys. Just take your mind off of basketball, because it's stressful and there's a lot of things that go into it. So it's nice just to have that balance of once I'm basketball on the court, lifting, whatever it is, I'm only focused on that, and then afterwards you kind of just have to take a breath and just.
Is it hard to deal with stress?
Yeah, definitely it can be. It's definitely more times are more stressful than others. Some games you play good, some games you play bad. You get in different levels of that. So it's definitely something that, as a athlete, you work on a lot. Talk through it, because it can definitely build up and turn into. I don't know if you guys hear, but a lot of like sports, mentality and all that. So it's definitely.
Discipline.
Yeah, exactly.
Joaquin. Oh, sorry, Carolina.
Hi, I want to ask, how did you deal with the professional training and your responsibilities at school?
Oh yeah, that was it was a little tough at first, because of college. High school is totally different, but in college, you got tutoring, classes, weights, basketball, you got everything all together. So it was definitely something that I had to, like I said, you had to learn and go through trial and error, and then you learn how to. How to spend your time, what you need to do. Okay, I got to spend more time on this. After practice, go here. Before practice, study. So it's definitely just something you just got to learn, because I definitely had to learn it.
I know that you have played in both Chilean and American basketball.
Mm-hmm.
What are the main differences?
Yeah, I think more of the U.S. is a lot more guys are more athletic, faster, jump higher. So it's definitely a different one-on-one. It's a different type of basketball game. And then when you come to Chile or in Europe, it's more of a team, pick and rolls, play defense. So I think more of the U.S. is more of somebody who's trying to, kind of get their own points and get their own self. And then over here in Europe and Chile, it's more of a team. Yeah.
I want to ask, how do your family feel about your achievements as a basketball player?
Yeah, no, I think they're proud. That's what parents do. They're proud of what their kids do. I know when I have kids and they do it, I'm gonna be super proud and cheering them on. So I think it's cool too to have your parents be proud of you and of your achievements. That's what you kind of do it for also.
Can you tell us more about your knee injury in 2021?
Yeah, it was definitely a hard thing, because I've never really had like a true injury like that where I missed the whole season. So, you know, mentally, it was 13 months, you know, before I got back onto the court playing. So it was a long process. But, you know, that type of thing, it teaches you how to deal with, like you said, like the pressures and all that. You know, it gives you a different appreciation of the game of basketball, you know, because it could be taken away from you just like that, you know. People say that all the time, like, oh, you got to play the game like it's your last game, but it's easier said than done until you really, you know, get injured like that. So it was definitely it was a hard process to get back to where I was, but, you know, it was definitely something that I you know, enjoyed because I was able to see the game in a different way and appreciate it in a different way.
Where did you got your treatment?
In the United States, yeah, I was back home rehabbing it, yeah.
Good decision.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you left home to get the sports scholarship?
Yeah.
What is it difficult?
Yeah, you know, it's always difficult being away from home. You know, more of like just the normality of what you are, you know, like you're able to go, you know where all the food places are, you know where everything is at. So when you go home, when you go back to, like, when I go overseas to Europe, is definitely you kind of enjoy it at first, and then, like, as you get closer to going home, you're like, oh, okay, I miss it. But then it's also hard to stay focused on basketball, so because a lot of guys want to go back home, but you also want to win games, you want to stay. So it's definitely something that you gotta, like you said, balance it of going home and basketball.
I wanted to ask, how difficult was the process of obtaining a Division I athletic scholarship with so little time in your hands? I mean, my classmate Renata told me that 3 years is really little time for preparing. So I wanted to know if sometimes did you feel under pressure for having this?
Yeah, you know, it's definitely.
Great English, by the way.
Yeah, all of them great English.
Great English.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, everybody good English. Yeah.
We practice a lot.
Good. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, like, you know, it's definitely something, like I said earlier, you kind of just balance, you know, you got to learn how to do it. But, you know, you're kind of there from, you know, you wake up in the morning, whether it's weights or practice, and then you have classes, and then you'll have tutoring, and then you'll have to go to, we call it like the AC, which is like a kind of like a library where you get to go, where all the student athletes go, and you do your homework there, and then you always got coaches texting you, hey, make sure you do your homework, make sure you do that. So it's definitely something that you got to find the balance of, you got to get the work done, because if you don't get the work done in school, you don't play. So it's definitely something that you got to do.
If you don't mind, just to add to the question how difficult it was, right? Nico he made a decision to stop playing soccer, as you guys heard. He was 15?
Yeah,
15 years old. And I said, Nico, okay, 15, and what is your goal? My goal, my dream is that I want to play Division I basketball. Okay? You got 3 years to do that. So we sat down and I said, we realized that he would have to work twice as hard to make up the difference, the time. So he had 3 years, but essentially it's not very easy in 3 years for someone who was not playing really at a high level basketball to close the gap. Does that make sense? Close the gap. So all of a sudden he had to work twice as hard, twice as long, find the type of competition that it was going to allow him to get to that next step, because they don't give away Division I scholarships to anyone. You have to be at a certain talent. So you who play basketball, you understand what that is.
Yes.
That it doesn't matter, well, I may have one good game, but it's that perseverance. He was very determined, to the point that in his last year, your cuarto medio, senior year, he left home already, because he realized that the gap was still too big. So he moved to Kansas, to Sunrise Christian Academy, which was a prep school to get you ready for basketball. And he had to work twice as hard even there to even get the opportunity. How many scholarship offers you had?
Maybe one true one, and then after I committed, a couple more, maybe 4 or 5.
It was hard time.
Yeah, you know.
So even that shows you, even after all of that, one scholarship. That's the one you took.
Yeah.
And then from there, the rest is history, right? All his accomplishments. But it shows that the determination, if you want something, you have to work. If you think you're working hard, there's somebody else who's working harder than you. And you gotta have that mindset that anything is possible, but you have to commit and you have to be determined, and you cannot let anyone tell you that you can't do it. And I think that was what separated him, because again, coming from football and basketball in the United States, oof, but the quality of players is very difficult. So that's what you ask, how proud are we? I believe that we are more proud of that, because the accomplishments, that is his. But him to have at that young age, that determination, the perseverance to do it is what makes us all very, very happy. So.
Yeah, that's also requires a good mental health for to overpass all that things.
Yeah.
So,
To work on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has a very strong character to do everything that he has
Well,
done.
and sorry, this is about Nico, but just the last thing, because I think it's an important message, and we always hear this, that our youth in Chile, well, we don't have opportunities, or why do I want to do it? Why? And but why? I left. I was 19 years old, and I live in Quilpue. I left at 19 years old. One-way ticket to the U.S. and $500 in my pocket. That's it. And I cannot speak English. Your English is better than when I left. Anything is possible. You just gotta have that conviction, la convicción, that you can do it. Especially now, there's no excuses. It's the excuses that you put it. It's your limiting thoughts. If you're gonna tell yourself, well, I'm not good. Well, I don't know. Then guess what? Your mind is going to believe it. So if you believe that, then that's the outcome is going to be that. So I think it's just one of those things that you have an opportunity, and what you guys are doing right now, your English, it's fantastic.
Okay.
Following what you say, personally, I have the conviction that if I don't do something, I will have more regrets if I don't do it than if I do it and fail. So I always go take the opportunity, even if I don't like it at all, but I do it because in the end it's going to teach me something to me. It's going to help me grow as a person. And it's a very important thing that everyone in this age, that we can take all the opportunities that we have. And now the question. How did you feel about being part of the FIBA Eurocup as a Chilean American?
In Europe. Yeah, no, it was definitely it was a cool experience. It was a little different because of COVID. So I wasn't able to go to those different countries and play, but because we had a bubble, is what they call it, where everybody came into one spot, and it was actually in Bulgaria, so I didn't get to go anywhere. But no, it was definitely it's always cool to play that extra international tournament and just continue to play at the highest level that you could play. Just better competition, more exposure, and everything. But
also, you were the first Chilean who had
Oh,
played
I didn't know
in a
that.
European competition.
Yes, for sure.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
surprise!
Hey!
We have read your profile.
Yeah. No, okay. But that's cool because now Sebastian Huera. Now he just won one of those, so it was cool to, I guess you can say, be the first Chilean to do all the things that I did. That's definitely a motivation of mine, is to continue to grow Chile basketball, and for future generations as well, so we can kind of finally put our names on the map like we do in football.
Thank you.
How do you see yourself in the near future?
It's a good question. Myself?
In the near future.
Yeah, just continue to work hard. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, different situations that you go through. Kind of go through that right now because of my last team in Germany. Didn't get the opportunity that I wanted, so now I need to try to go to a different team, get that same opportunity. So that's where I'm kind of at right now, of going to a team where I know that I can perform at the level that I can go, so I can get back to the highest level that I can go to. So like he said, if you take the risk and if you trust and believe in yourself, anything is possible.
I want to ask, following the question that Renato says, how would you define your career in just 3 words?
Okay.
Wow, the hot seat now.
Yeah, 3 words.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Maybe
3
you can
words.
think of more than 3 words, but
No, just 3.
just
Just 3. Okay.
That's the question. Just
That's all.
That's a good question. I don't know. Huh. Now I gotta think. My career in 3 words.
in English. In English.
In English.
In English.
Yeah.
In English. Don't think in Spanish. In English.
Yeah.
yes, in English.
My career. Hard work. Determination. Good. Not bad,
Still a long go to go.
Yeah, but it's not done yet. I haven't achieved all the goals that I want to achieve and get to, and it's just more work, honestly. I guess you could say I'm satisfied with my career, but I still want to go further and get more stuff done. Yeah, hard work. Yeah.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
Have you ever had an intention of entering the NBA?
Yeah, that was my goal. As I guess you could say, as any kid, growing up playing out here in the park, whatever it is, any sport you go, you look up to the highest level, and that's where you want to go. I've gotten very, very close. But that's obviously still what you shoot for. You shoot for the highest level. So that's what I'm working towards. And like you said, I don't want to have any regrets of not trying. So I want to try my hardest to get there and be the first to land. To get there, I think that would be, big time and super dope. So, just working hard to get there, and that's my goal.
Have you ever been requested or invited to the United States basketball team? How far or close are you from that?
The national team? There's so many good players in the United States, so I've never been. I don't know how close I am. I can't say, because I played for Chile, since I was a young age. So I don't, I've always been just Chile. I wouldn't want to play for the U.S. national team. They have enough players, so I think my focus is on Chile.
Thank you so much, Nico, for this opportunity. We really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Not only to have this close encounter with the English as a natural environment, but also to meet you, to have the opportunity to meet your parents, and the great message you are giving to us. The only last thing I want to ask you is probably if you want to give them a message, a piece of advice for life, as you are a professional and you have lived in many countries. Maybe some piece of advice that help them to open their minds and, as your father says, to see the world with the different eyes.
It's just, life in general, whether it's school, sports, whatever you want to do, is going to be hard work. Like there's going to be people trying to get that job, trying to get that spot, so you got to work hard and just continue to just be determined to reach the highest level. And if you fail, good. Everybody fails. I fail. Michael Jordan, LeBron James has failed. They've lost in finals. They've had bad, games or careers or seasons or whatever it is. So you just got to continue just to put your head down and work and use those failures or whatever you want to call them as motivation and learning experiences to get better. Because if you let those ups and downs get to you, then it's going to be more down than up. Life is just full of ups and downs, as you probably have gone through in your life, or if you ask your parents, everybody life just does that. So you just gotta continue to stay on your path, stay focused, and just continue to just work hard.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bueno, eso ha sido todo por el programa de hoy. Como siempre, los dejo invitados a seguir las redes sociales del club, @CS en Twitter, Instagram y Facebook. También pueden seguir nuestro podcast en Spotify, Leones en Red, donde se van resubiendo las entrevistas que hacemos a lo largo de los capítulos de este programa. Eso ha sido todo por hoy y nos vemos en un nuevo capítulo de Leones en Red. Chao, chao.